Detective Talk of the Day, April the 8th, just after 10 o'clock now. It's windy out here, okay? I'm still going to show you this video. You JS2 owners need to watch this video. Alright? I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing here. You see that nail is elevated above that nickel. Now, what I'm going to show you is sort of in relation to this Mr. Blackwell of the UK. I guess he called it the Checker program. But Mr. Blackwell was using, now this is version 2.00 in this 9-inch DS2 coil setup you're going to see. He uses the sensitive FT program. I believe he dials an offset to 10. Thereabouts. He runs a silencer of 0 and a disc of 40. Okay. Well, wonder if we apply some of what he showed with the Checker program and we use the Relic and Goldfield programs. What happens? Could what I'm going to show you get you over some targets in a high iron sight that you otherwise might miss running the DS2 more traditional, say at a silencer of 1 full tones with an offset? I say the answer is yes. Okay, again, you see that nail is elevated above that nickel. We're going to be coming down the barrel of that nail. That direction sweeping, you know, that exists in sights. Okay. So I'm at a 6.8 disc in sensitive FT. Okay. And I've notched this machine in this video intentionally. I've notched it to 40. Alright. Silencer 0. Speed 3 in all. Let me go over here and double check this Goldfield program real quick. Alright. Same with the Relic program. So we're going back to sensitive FT. Now I've got the silencer at 0 in this machine. I want you to, now I've even got pitch tones dialed in. You hear that? You get a little chirp. No ID in the window. Okay? Now, I wish this wind wasn't so bad out here, but you all can do your own test. I'm going to take the notch out of the machine. Okay. Now I'm going to dial the disc to 40. Now I have used his Checker program and it does work. Alright. But after you see this video, it has shortcomings. Okay, now I've got the silencer at 0. I've run the disc to 40. We're in speed 3. You hear that? Iron tone. There's no ID ever comes in that window. You get to hear that. Okay, so we're going to get out of sensitive FT. We won't go back to it. Now, disclaimer before I move out of it. I even checked this machine with a 0 disc with a notch of 0 to 40. No help on that using sensitive FT. Alright. Now we're going over here to Goldfield. Now remember, I've got the IAR set to 0, but I've notched the machine to 40. See, the IAR is off. The Relic program is going to be the same way. See the notch. Okay? Now watch what happens. You hear that? Look in the meter. You hear that? So that would get you to maybe turn, huh? You see that ID? Let's toggle over to the relic program. Now this is 40 max band. Frequency 3 is used in all of these. So that sort of discounts the EMI factor being a negative effector here, okay? Now the relic program, I've dialed it to the 40 max band as well. They're all in channel 3, okay? So here's the relic program set up like the go field. See that ID in that window? You hear that? Now, is there any difference between the relic program on this machine and the go field if they're set up identical in the window? Well, I can't be for sure about that. Are there some parameters with a go field program that XP has got in this program? That's a possibility. But both of the relic and the go field are doing something on that setup right there I can't get sensitive FT to do. Now, I'm not sweeping the call centered over that nail, okay? You hear that? That's a very tough test right there, okay? And I'm running disc IR of 0. So how is iron going to report in this mode if I've got, or notch? I'm running the notch up to 40. Now remember, earlier versions of this machine, the 0.60, 0.71, I don't believe it allows you to notch the go field in the relic programs. We'll go back to go field, okay? You hear that? You see how I've got that call? I'm going to hold the camera. You see where I've got that call? And I've got an 80 in the window. Now, if I take that nickel out of there, and I'm not going to do it in this video, we don't hear anything. Okay? That's a strong signal. Now, I can dial the IAR to 1 in this go field program and get similar results, but I've got it off. IAR is off. You see the ID. Now, we're going to go back to sensitive FT. Okay. Reactivity still 3. We're going to change the pitch tones back to full tones. Alright. Now this is a 6.8 disc. Make sure I'm right here. Let me dial the disc back to 6.8. More traditional. Okay. Offset's at 5. I don't have any notch. Silencer's at 0. Now think about that. The silencer's 0 on this machine. What do we get with a similar call sweep? Hear it out there? Now I'm going to open this screen up. I get that little chirpy sound. But that's a 0 silencer. And I don't never get any ID in the window. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to turn the silencer to 1 because that's probably as low as what most people run this sensitive FT in a high iron sight. Generally. Okay. So what happens now at 6.8 disc? You hear that? That's a similar call sweep that I was doing in the go field and the relic program. Alright, now I'm going to toggle back over here real quick. Here's the relic program. You hear that? And you see that meter. Back to Goldfield. Similar sweep. Now I will, since I said I wouldn't do it, I'm going to remove the nickel. Okay, we'll check Goldfield. That's what we're in. Similar call position when the nickel was down there sweeping. We don't hear anything. Relic program, similar call sweep. With a notch of 0 to 40. We don't hear anything. Now I'm just going to put the nickel back in here roughly. It doesn't really matter. It's not that. You see where it's at, okay? Let me see which. I'm in the relic program. You hear that? That's a dead ringer, ain't it, boys? The hick from the sticks, the sharpshooter. You all look at your own units. You may find this very, very helpful. I don't think you'll probably hear a whole lot of iron running of notch to 40 with this Goldfield program or the relic. Now I'm in 40 max band on all what you've seen in this video, channel 3. That's going to conclude the video.